Good evening, Hurricane community. Today, I want to share some information with you about the distance learning plan. As most of you know, Governor Walz shut down schools for 8 days so that teachers can prepare for distance learning. Today, on Wednesday, he has enacted distance learning to start. It will start on Monday, March 30th, and go through the end of the month of April. And then his plan right now is to start up our school again in May. More details of that will follow. So I have this PowerPoint I put together. Again, things are changing, and we'll keep you up to date on the Houston website under the COVID-19 resources as things change. Even since I've put this together, things have changed as far as directives from the governor. So a couple things. Make sure that you are checking the Houston website for more information. COVID-19 tab at the top will give you all the updated information that we have in regards to any planning that is taking place that we can share with you. A couple things. Email is a great way to communicate with the school. Schoology is going to be the go-to place for all of our students. Parents do not have access to that, but they do have access to the Infinite Campus portal to check on grades for the students. This video again will be posted in, and that's how you're seeing it, is posted on the website. High school office, a couple things there is, yes, Judy is working in the high school office to answer phones, but students may not be and parents may not be in the school building. If you need to pick something up, please do so by this Friday. I think it's the 27th of March, because then we're going to go into a stay-at-home order from Governor Walz. So I think that's important that we pick those up. Otherwise, it's going to be a couple weeks before we'd allow you into the building. Again, though, still, while we're on these distance learning days, you need to call the office and get permission before you can enter into the building. Two places that you'll be able to go up until that point, up until Friday or through Friday, is the district office, and then even when we have the stay-at-home order, parents can still go down to the gym area for curbside pickup for the food service program that I will talk about in a little bit. So here we go on the breakfast and lunch. Again, if you don't know, all students 18 and under can receive a free lunch and breakfast. And it's a lunch for that day and a breakfast for the next day. And those are only happening during days that we have school. So this Friday would not be a day that we would have this, since it was a day that we're supposed to have off. And also during our Easter break time, we will not be providing lunch and breakfast at that time. If you need more information, please contact the food service regarding meal options. Students without internet access, people always ask that question, and other parents may be asking that. We did inventory all students, very few without internet access, and those that don't, we actually have ways that we're helping them out, and Ascentech has been awesome at helping out as well. So we're working on that. There will be some opportunity to do some correspondence learning where we're going to be delivering materials, but that will not be happening for the first 2 weeks of the distance learning because of the shelter in place that Governor Walz has enacted for 2 weeks. And teachers will be connecting with those students directly by phone if those that are not able to use the internet and computers as an option. Thankfully, we're well positioned for this distance learning. One-on-one Chromebooks. Schoology is our learning management system. High school staff has done a great job of, over the last 8 days, really learning a lot more about it. Some of the teachers have been using it quite extensively already. say quite a few of the teachers, but now everyone's using it, and our students in one class or another, they've been using it, so they know and understand a little bit how Schoology works. And over this next month, they're really going to understand it, and they're going to come to really appreciate how well it's organized. Teacher training and competencies in technology are just superior here. Our teachers do a great job utilizing technology, and our students, they've grown up with this, so I'm confident that they'll do quite well. Main technology for this distance learning are Chromebooks, Schoology, Google Suite video apps, and the Zoom app is the new one, but I think a lot of parents now are understanding what that is. Distance learning, just something from Minnesota Department of Education, MDE. Teachers are going to be teaching and assessing entire units, so they're going to work on that. There's going to be daily interaction. That does not mean it's necessarily a live session. It may be an email. It may be something that's posted on their Schoology course, but we do need to take attendance, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Big thing is we're going to have structure in our days, some structure, but we're going to allow for flexibility. We know these are different times and sometimes difficult times, so we understand we need to have flexibility. So Schoology, a couple things there. Students need to check Schoology updates often. Learning task each day in each class. Posted by the teachers at 9:30. In fact, they're going to have posted for the week on Mondays as well, so you kind of know what is the plan for the week. And students really need to check at 9:30 because some things may be happening first hour, and I'll talk about our schedule a bit right away at 9:30. So they need to understand what's going on in their classes each day. So Zoom, it's loaded on all the Chromebooks, so if you have a Chromebook, it should be fine there. If you have your own device, make sure you download Zoom. It allows for that face-to-face. It allows for large group discussion, small group discussion, those live feeds where students can answer questions in a group and hear other comments from their classmates. Great opportunity. It's not a daily occurrence, and we will be recording Zoom sessions so that if a student wasn't able to make that class period, they can see at another point in time. And then it allows for those relationships and face-to-face interaction with other students. Attendance. Students need to check in for attendance one time each day. They need to do it by 10 a.m. I know I said 9:30 we're going to start that first hour, but in case they forget, we need to make sure by 10 a.m. you're going into Schoology and you're going into the attendance link, which is under your groups that you're set up in, under HHS students in groups, and then you'll click on that attendance form. You'll put in your first name, your last name, your grade, and then if you want the school to reach out to you that day in case Mrs. Sabota, Mr. Lumber, Judy need to get a hold of you, you can just say, yes, I want someone from the school to reach out, and we can reach out to you. Parents, if you know your child is going to be gone for an appointment or there's some other situation that they are not going to be engaged in with their coursework for that day in Schoology, please make sure just let us know right away in the morning like you normally would. That's nothing that should be different for you. And teacher absence, if a teacher's gone, their stuff will be posted online, but they will not be able to engage with the students and be answering emails or phone calls during the day because maybe they have something going on. Typical class period, so let's say this is a second hour class. Monday you might have a Zoom session that's a live session. It'll be the first 20 minutes of the class, a couple tasks you have to complete, like a homework assignment. Tuesday, maybe it's watching a video and completing a task. Wednesday, maybe you have a one-on-one conference with a teacher. Maybe it's a test, another task to complete. Thursday, a scheduled class period, maybe a little Zoom session with that as well. And then Friday, maybe have something to complete in a Google Doc. So that could be something that happens. Zoom sessions, I don't think you're going to see a lot of live Zoom sessions, but you'll see some Zoom sessions. So the daily schedule, what we have set out is a schedule that says, hey, let's start at 9:30 in the morning. Each class period is 45 minutes long, and then we'll go all the way through the day. We don't need to have time in between classes. They can just jump from one to the other, and then at the end of the day is like 3:15. Now, some students may, choose to do all their work at 6 in the morning. Some may do it at 8 p.m. at night. That's okay. We needed to set this up so that if a couple teachers wanted to do a live Zoom session, it wouldn't be done at the same time. It would be during the regular, class period, just so you're kind of aware. And parents, this may be a great way for your students to engage for the day. Just say, no, I want you to go through this. Remember, there's probably a study hall in there, so they'd even have a 45-minute break beyond the lunchtime that could be in there. Maybe have them read a little bit during that time. Special ed students, things will be different, but where they're still going to receive support that for accommodations and modifications to help them. Our paraprofessionals will be working with them, on some Zoom sessions, whatever we can do to help them with whatever their IEP is saying. So we'll work on that. It will be different, but we'll continue to give them the support they need. In closing, I have to say I'm incredibly proud of our staff here, both paras and, well, all of them, paras and custodians and secretarial staff and food staff, especially our teachers, just put in some great hours and learning how to do different things, and knowing that this is a difficult time for everyone, and a lot of people have lots of fears, but hopefully we can ease those with the distance learning by having some normalcy to things over the next month. Big thing is I emphasized, empathy, simplicity, flexibility, ease of workload, and relationships. We still want to have those relationships with the students. It's so important, and we want to make sure that they're feeling okay. We want to give them a great education, but things will be different. But we're going to make sure we'll give them those essential things for each of those classes. We know it's a difficult time for everyone, but we know that this community has gone through difficult times before, and that will rise up. If you have any questions that you don't think are answered, or maybe, give me a call, give me an email, shoot me an email. Otherwise, go under the Any Questions tab under the COVID-19 site. Maybe it's something that a lot of people you heard are having that same question. We'll get that answered and post it there, so we'll have those frequently asked questions. So it's a great place to look in case you don't want to, call someone or email someone right away. Maybe those questions are already answered.